It's recording. Alright, this is take 2, Camp Phoenix. Spiritual stuff. Now I'm worried about the microphone. Do you think it's working?
We did this whole video, but the microphone wasn't working. But it was a great video.
It was really excellent, actually.
Just very quiet.
Just
Very quiet.
really. Okay, so we're gonna get started again. It's like 10 p.m. and we're gonna... Okay.
We're gonna get
So-
through this. It's gonna be a party.
It is. First of all, let's introduce
Yeah.
ourselves. My name is Jillian Smith, and
I'm Michaeline Miller.
we're your co-spiritual directors for Camp Phoenix 2014. It's gonna be great. Just a little background for you. I'm originally from Smyrna, Tennessee. I went to college at the University of Evansville. Graduated in 2013 with a history degree, which is doing me wonders, as you can see. And I'm a lifelong Episcopalian. Went to Camp Gaylor Maxon in Monteagle, Tennessee for 7 years as a camper and worked there for 4 years as a counselor. I was on a music team and I was a lifeguard. But that expired now, so I can't do that anymore. But it was a great experience and I'm super excited to be at camp this summer with you.
And I'm Michaeline Miller. Like I said, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I grew up going to Episcopal schools, kindergarten through senior year of high school, so well steeped in that. I started going to Camp Mitchell, which is the Episcopal summer camp in Arkansas, when I was a junior in high school, and then went on when I was in college to become a counselor, and then went on to become kind of a camp director type of that. Also lifeguarded a couple of years, all that. Jillian plays the guitar. I have learned how to progressively sing better, but
Yeah.
that's a thing that I'm working on. And right now we're with the Deaconess Ann House in St. Louis, and we've loved living in St. Louis and getting to know Missouri better. It's been great.
It's been a good experience.
We've really been thankful for the mission theme last summer. Whoever was there, we got those bags.
In May, because
In
John
May.
never gave them to us, and Brenda and Kevin gave them to us in May, because they were still in the basement. So we've been nomming on those M&Ms slowly but surely for the past
Yeah.
couple of months.
Wearing
so,
those tie-dye shirts and
Thank
sending
you.
those postcards.
yeah.
So we appreciate all of that. It definitely made us feel welcome, which is
And-
good because our welcome kind of ran out.
Right.
So it was nice to get re-welcomed.
Like,
and in
Several
May.
months later. It's very nice.
So that was really exciting.
Yeah. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about the spiritual theme for the year. I'm sorry, we're so tired.
Yeah.
Second time. So, as you may know, the theme of the week is called What's Your Story? And we're going to be focusing on stories from the Bible, aka parables, each day, and a different element of storytelling.
And you should all have the camp draft written up, which is kind of a short summary of what we're going to do every day and the structure of it. So every spiritual we're going to open up with some songs. Help us out with those song choices, since we're new to Camp Phoenix traditions. And then hopefully open up with a prayer that we're going to say every day. So just keep it really short so that we can dive into the activities. And we're thinking right now the prayer of St. Francis, and that's just to introduce the campers to one prayer and have them go over it every day, so it kind of becomes a part of their camp experience and a part of their spiritual life to take with them. So Monday, we're going to go to space. But Monday, actually, we're going to talk about the Good Samaritan as our parable, and our story focus is plot. So every time we're going to open up with a script that is going to be read by one of the narrators, hopefully over a typewriter, if we have the typewriter as a visual aid, to go with the shirts that we're going to get for the week. But the narrator's going to read the story, and then we're going to kind of pause, and there's these little things that you'll get in the script. Whoever's going to be acting out will need you to help us with that. And there's parentheses with kind of actions of what to do when, and we'll pause and act that. It's going to be awkward and really good. and a really good visual aid for these kids to focus on and interpret the parables through that.
And you'll have a script with you, so you don't have to like memorize anything. It'll be very easy. And whenever I'm leading songs in the morning, Mike is gonna go and kind of gather counselors around to see who's gonna do what for the story that day. And I mean, like, it's literally gonna tell you in the parable what you're doing before the action. So it's gonna be a piece
We're gonna
of
read it, we're gonna pause, and you're gonna do it. So
we hope you're not above self-deprecating humor.
yeah, it's gonna be great. The kids are gonna love it.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and so after the script and the acting, we're gonna do large group discussions led by Jillian and I to kind of introduce that story element and link it to the parable that we read for that day. And then after that, we're gonna break up into small groups and do a small group activity. Can I get that thing in?
Oh, sure.
We're gonna do a small group activity, and then if we have time, do small group discussions. But if we ever do run out of time, Friday is our wrap-up day to revisit the activities and finish those up. So for Monday, the activity is skits in a bag, and what we're going to do is each group of kids is going to write their own plot, kind of write their own story, and they're going to get a trash bag full of weird costumes and weird props, and they have to use every single element that's in that bag. And then either that day or Friday during the wrap-up, they're going to act that out in front of the big group. So
that they have to be well incorporated,
right.
the props.
Right.
So.
Yes. And you have to use all your group members. Be inclusive about that. And then small group discussion questions, we have those listed. For the younger groups, you can kind of tailor that to a younger crowd. For the older groups, you can hopefully get into like a really thought-provoking conversation. And encourage kids, if they have journals, to journal out the questions, all that. Tuesday,
it's going to be Lazarus and the Rich Man, and so we're going to do that skit, like we said, and then I'm going to have a large group discussion because the story element that day is character. And so we'll be talking about that in a large group, and then we're going to go into a small group activity, which is going to be a character map / collage, and we're going to either trace our bodies or trace our hands, and then put like things that are important to us, parts of who we are, parts of our personality, things about ourselves, in those. And we can make it, there's going to be magazines, paper, they can write stuff in there too. So just with whatever is easiest for your particular age group. Hopefully we're going to have all the supplies for that, glue for that, and then small group discussion questions to go along with that as well.
And then moving on to Wednesday, the parable is sower of the seeds, and the story focuses setting. And in that, all the different seeds fall in different places, and some grow better than others. So we're going to review that after the acting out the script. Review that in a large group discussion, and then our activity for that day is chia pets, or make your own grass head. So it's like this ball of soil and grass seeds, and then you water it and grow, and they have to take it home and create a good setting, a healthy setting, so that those seeds grow just like the seeds in the story. And those are all the ages are going to do that. And then the two older groups are, I'm imagining that they're going to go through that pretty fast, so that we also have camp in a jar for them to do. And so each camper is going to get a little jar, and you can send them out around camp, and they can find like rocks, little tiny rocks, or some dirt, or like some lost arts and crafts beads, or something around, maybe like a butterfly wing if they're trying to. Don't tear it off the butterfly, but if you find it on the ground, you can, or a bug if it's dead, something like that. But they can put it in that jar and then take it home with them. And so I'm imagining Camp Phoenix for a lot of people is kind of a spiritual place where they're close to God. And so they can take that home with them and continue to have that setting throughout the rest of the year. And once again, the discussion questions for the small group. And the discussion questions always kind of, they talk about the parable, and then they talk about the story element, and then they try to link that story element to the campers' own stories, their own personal life story. So it kind of like takes it from the parable into their own lives. So that's kind of, we do want you to get to those discussion questions, so because that's kind of the take-home part of it. Thursday,
we're going to be doing the prodigal son, and the character, nope, not character. the story element is point of view. And so we're going to be doing that skit. It's going to be awesome because it's one that most people I think know pretty well. And then we're going to have a large group discussion about point of view and kind of how that can really affect how someone understands a story. And then we're going to go into a photo scavenger hunt, which is going to be awesome. And there's really, really vague things like beauty, friendship, fun. And so they're going to go around as a group and take pictures of those things, whatever that is to them. And then if there's time Thursday, but most likely on Friday on the wrap-up day, we're going to make a slideshow of every different group's interpretations of those things, of their point of view of what that is. And so we can see that we have a list of all of these same things, but the way people interpret it, their point of view on something can be really different and show how that can really affect stuff. And then we're going to have a small group discussion, obviously. And if the discussion comes first that day or the activity, it doesn't really matter. We'll just go with the flow and kind of see how things go concerning that. And then Friday, the wrap-up day.
Yeah. Friday's our wrap-up day where we're going to review all the other day story focuses and the other parables and just kind of recap and then show either like the skits or the slideshow. But the story focus of that day is theme. And our ultimate goal is to get the campers thinking about what is the theme of their own story. What is it that they want, the message they want to send with their life out to the world. So really like send them home with the what's your story focus, which is on the t-shirts. And pretty much we're just going to do wrap-up activities that day. And then, so that's the spiritual. Is there anything else?
Not for spiritual, I don't think. And then as far as campfire goes, we're going to be doing songs, I believe, hopefully with Leslie's help, so we can stick to your guys' traditions and do the songs that you want to do. But then, what do you do around a campfire? You tell a story. And so we're asking counselors each night to volunteer, maybe to tell a little bit of their spiritual journey, a little bit of their story to the campers, to kind of encourage them to, consider how to tell their own stories and what that's going to look like.
And that's just like a 10 to 15 minute story.
Or shorter. I mean, it's just, a little story.
You can always sing more songs or anything. But we need, I guess, 5 volunteers. As many nights we have campfire, we'll need that many volunteers. So if that's something y'all could get together and start thinking about individually, what order you want to go in and when you want to do that, that would be great. Let's see, walkie-talkie prayer, we got it. We'll figure that out as we go. We want to make it relevant to that day. So that's going to be good.
Yeah, I think that's just about everything.
Yeah.
This video is like a minute shorter than
Oh,
the other one.
and we also, in the last video, we talked about we're having spiritual during Activity 2, Activity 3, and Activity 4. So that's the order
That
and
we're
the
gonna be doing
times
that in.
that you're going to get to hang out with us.
So I guess if you have any questions, just have Brenda or Kevin text us, and we'll try and answer those for you. But since we have to work over the weekend, we will not be there until Sunday. Hence this awesome video.
Right. It's a party.
It is such a party. It's my birthday tomorrow, which is why I'm wearing this cool crown they made me, and this cool shirt says "Abolish Slavery," and it has Abe Lincoln on it. I know, my house is so cool.
She's going to wear it pretty much every day next
Pretty
week.
much. It's probably going to be yellow by the end of the week. But we hope you guys are having a good time in training, and we're really looking forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. We were way more enthusiastic in the last video, by the way.
It's getting late.
It's like 10:20 right now.
Yeah.
So.
Bedtimes. I think we have everything. I think we talked about everything.
Yeah.
Please contact us if we didn't.
If you don't think that we covered anything.
Are you sure we got everything?
I think we got everything. I really hope this don't work this time.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
Bye.